Have you ever felt like there's something missing in your life? Like you're not quite living up to your full potential? Well, what if I told you that there's an incredible power inside you that can completely transform your reality? This isn't about some fancy technique or complicated strategy. It's about tapping into a force that's been within you all along. I'm talking about the power of manifestation, as taught by the legendary Neville Goddard. Now, you might be thinking, manifestation? Isn't that just wishful thinking? But hold on, because it's so much more than that. Goddard's teachings aren't about sitting around and hoping for good things to happen. They're about actively shaping your world through the power of your mind. It's like having a superpower that you never knew you had. Here's the thing. If we don't learn to use this inner power, we risk staying stuck in lives that don't make us happy. How many of us go through each day feeling unfulfilled, always wishing for something better, but never quite getting there? It's like we're running on a hamster wheel, always moving but never really getting anywhere. But it doesn't have to be this way. By understanding and applying Goddard's principles, we can break free from this cycle. We can start creating the lives we've always dreamed of. And the best part? It all starts with something we already have: our minds. Think about it. How many times have you caught yourself daydreaming about a better job, a happier relationship, or a more fulfilling life? Well, what if I told you that those daydreams could be the key to actually making those things happen? That's the power of manifestation. It's about turning those dreams into reality. But here's the catch. If we don't learn to harness this power, we're leaving our futures up to chance. We're letting life happen to us instead of actively creating the life we want. And in a world that can often feel chaotic and unpredictable, having this kind of control over our destinies is priceless. So, what exactly is manifestation? Let's break it down in simple terms. Manifestation, as Goddard taught it, is the process of bringing your desires into reality through the power of your thoughts and feelings. It's like having a direct line to the universe where you can place an order for the life you want. But it's not just about positive thinking or making vision boards, though those can be helpful tools. Goddard's approach to manifestation is deeper and more powerful. He believed that our imagination is the key to creating our reality. In his view, the world we see around us is actually a reflection of our inner thoughts and beliefs. Think of it like this: your mind is like a projector, and the world around you is the screen. Whatever you project in your mind will eventually show up on the screen of your life. It might sound a bit out there, but there's a reason why Goddard's teachings have stood the test of time and continue to inspire people today. One of the core ideas in Goddard's teachings is that your imagination is not just for daydreaming, it's a creative force. When you imagine something vividly, you're not just fantasizing. You're actually planting a seed in your subconscious mind. And once that seed is planted, it starts to grow and manifest in your physical reality. But here's where it gets really interesting. Goddard taught that the key to successful manifestation isn't just about visualizing what you want, it's about feeling it. He believed that when you can feel the reality of your desire as if it's already happened, that's when the magic starts to happen. Let's say you want a new job. Instead of just thinking about it or making a list of the jobs you might apply for, Goddard would suggest that you imagine yourself already in that new job. Feel the satisfaction of doing work you love. Imagine the pride of telling your friends and family about your new position. Really live it in your mind. This might sound simple, but it's actually quite profound. By doing this, you're not just wishing for something to happen. You're aligning your entire being, your thoughts, your emotions, your energy, with the reality you want to create. And when you do that, the universe starts to respond. But manifestation isn't just about getting stuff. It's about creating a life that feels fulfilling and meaningful to you. Maybe you want to manifest better relationships, improved health, or a sense of purpose. The principles are the same. It's about using your imagination to create a vivid, feeling experience of what you desire, and then living from that place. Now you might be wondering, if it's that simple, why isn't everyone doing it? Well, that's where the real work comes in. Manifestation isn't a quick fix or a magic wand. It requires practice, patience, and persistence. It's about changing deeply ingrained thought patterns and beliefs, which can take time. But here's the exciting part. Once you start to see results, it becomes easier and easier. It's like working out a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. And before you know it, you're manifesting things you never thought possible. One of the beautiful things about Goddard's teachings is that they empower us. Instead of feeling like victims of circumstance, we realize that we have the power to shape our reality. We're not at the mercy of external forces. We're the creators of our own lives. This doesn't mean that challenges won't come up. Life will still have its ups and downs. But when you understand the principles of manifestation, you approach these challenges differently. You see them as opportunities for growth and transformation rather than insurmountable obstacles. Goddard often used the phrase, living from the end. This means living your life as if your desire has already been fulfilled. It's a powerful shift in perspective. Instead of constantly striving and struggling to reach your goals, you embody the feeling of already having achieved them. This not only feels better, but it also aligns you more closely with your desires, making them more likely to manifest. Let's dive a little deeper into how this works. When you're constantly focused on the lack of something in your life, you're actually reinforcing that lack. You're telling the universe, "This is what I don't have." And the universe responds by giving you more of that experience of not having. But when you shift your focus to abundance, to already having what you desire, you start to attract more of that into your life. It's like tuning a radio. When you tune into the frequency of what you want, you start picking up more of those signals in your life. This isn't just feel-good philosophy. There's actually science behind it. Our brains have something called the reticular activating system, RAS, which filters the massive amount of information we receive every day and shows us what's important based on our beliefs and focus. When you start living from the end, you're essentially reprogramming your RAS to look for opportunities and experiences that match your new reality. But manifestation isn't just about personal gain. Goddard's teachings also emphasize the interconnectedness of all things. As you start to manifest your desires, you'll often find that you're in a better position to help others and make a positive impact on the world. It's like the safety instructions on an airplane. You need to put on your own oxygen mask before you can help others. One of the most powerful aspects of Goddard's approach to manifestation is that it's not about forcing things to happen through sheer willpower. It's about aligning yourself with the natural flow of the universe. It's about tapping into a power that's always been there, waiting for you to use it. Think about times in your life when things just seem to fall into place effortlessly. Maybe you met the right person at exactly the right time, or an unexpected opportunity showed up just when you needed it. That's the kind of flow that manifestation can create in your life, but on a much larger scale. Now, you might be thinking, this all sounds great, but how do I actually do it? Don't worry, we're going to get into the practical steps. But first, it's important to understand that manifestation is not about forcing yourself to think positive thoughts all the time. It's about aligning your thoughts, feelings, and actions with your desires in a way that feels natural and authentic to you. One of the key principles in Goddard's teachings is the idea that your imagination creates reality. He wasn't speaking metaphorically. He truly believed that the images we hold in our minds are the blueprints for our physical reality. This means that every time you vividly imagine something, you're actually setting the wheels in motion to bring that thing into your life. But here's where many people get stuck. They try to imagine good things happening, but their doubts and fears keep creeping in. They might visualize success, but deep down, they don't really believe it's possible for them. This is where Goddard's teachings become so powerful. He taught that the key is not just to imagine, but to feel the reality of what you're imagining. Let's say you want to manifest a loving relationship. Instead of just picturing yourself with a partner, really feel what it would be like. Feel the warmth of their hand in yours. Imagine the joy of sharing your day with them. Feel the sense of security and happiness that comes with being in a loving partnership. The more real you can make it feel, the more powerful your manifestation becomes. This might take some practice. Most of us are so used to focusing on what's wrong in our lives that it can feel strange to imagine things going right. But the more you do it, the more natural it becomes. And as you start to see results in your life, your belief in the process grows stronger, making your manifestations even more powerful. One of the beautiful things about Goddard's approach is that it's not about changing the outside world. It's about changing your inner world. As you shift your thoughts and feelings, the outside world naturally begins to reflect those changes. It's like adjusting the lens through which you view the world. When you change the lens, everything you see changes too. This brings us to another important aspect of manifestation: gratitude. Goddard emphasized the importance of feeling grateful for what you desire as if you already have it. This isn't just about being thankful for what's already in your life, although that's important too. It's about feeling genuine gratitude for the things you want to manifest, even before they appear in your physical reality. Why is this so powerful? Because gratitude puts you in alignment with the frequency of abundance. When you're truly grateful, you're not coming from a place of lack or need. You're coming from a place of fullness and joy. And that's the kind of energy that attracts more good things into your life. But manifestation isn't just about attracting things or experiences. It's also about becoming the person who naturally has those things or experiences. This is a subtle but crucial point. If you want to manifest wealth, for example, it's not just about visualizing money in your bank account. It's about embodying the qualities of someone who is wealthy, confidence, generosity, financial wisdom. This is where Goddard's concept of living from the end becomes so powerful. When you live as if you're already the person you want to be, you naturally start to make choices and take actions that align with that identity. And those choices and actions lead to real changes in your external reality. Now you might be wondering, does this mean I just have to imagine what I want and then sit back and wait for it to appear? Not quite. While Goddard emphasized the power of imagination, he also recognized the importance of inspired action. The key word here is inspired. When you're truly aligned with your desires, you'll feel naturally motivated to take steps towards them. It won't feel like a chore or a struggle. It will feel exciting and energizing. This is different from the kind of forced action that comes from a place of fear or lack. When you're trying to make something happen out of desperation, you often end up pushing it further away. But when your actions come from a place of alignment and inspiration, they have a much greater power to create positive change in your life. One of the challenges people often face when they start exploring manifestation is dealing with doubts and negative thoughts. It's natural for these to come up, especially when you're trying something new. But Goddard taught that these thoughts don't have to derail your manifestations. In fact, they can be opportunities to strengthen your practice. When doubts arise, instead of fighting them or feeling bad about having them, you can simply observe them and then gently redirect your focus back to your desired reality. It's like training a puppy. When it wanders off, you don't get angry, you just gently guide it back to where you want it to go. With practice, this becomes easier and more natural. Another powerful aspect of Goddard's teachings is the idea that time is not a barrier to manifestation. He believed that all possible realities already exist and that through our imagination, we can select which reality we want to experience. This means that no matter how distant or impossible your desire might seem, it's already a reality in some dimension. Your job is simply to align yourself with that reality. This concept can be a bit mind-bending at first, but it's incredibly liberating. It means that you're not creating something from nothing. You're simply choosing from an infinite array of existing possibilities. And when you truly grasp this, it removes a lot of the pressure and doubt that can come with trying to manifest your desires. One of the most beautiful aspects of Goddard's teachings is that they apply to all areas of life. Whether you want to improve your health, advance your career, find love, or deepen your spiritual connection, the principles remain the same. It's all about using your imagination to create a vivid, feeling experience of your desire and then living from that place of fulfillment. But perhaps the most profound impact of practicing manifestation is the way it changes your relationship with yourself and the world around you. As you start to see the connection between your inner world and your outer reality, you develop a deep sense of trust in yourself and in the benevolence of the universe. You start to see challenges as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles to be feared. This shift in perspective can be truly life-changing. Instead of feeling like a victim of circumstance, you start to feel like a co-creator of your reality. This doesn't mean that everything will always go perfectly or that you'll never face difficulties. But it does mean that you'll approach life with a sense of empowerment and possibility that can carry you through even the toughest times. As you continue to practice manifestation, you might start to notice some unexpected benefits. Many people report feeling more intuitive, more connected to others, and more in tune with their true purpose in life. It's as if by consciously creating your reality, you're also opening up channels to higher wisdom and guidance. Let's dive deeper into one of Goddard's most powerful ideas, the incredible power of your imagination. Think of your mind as a magical movie projector. Whatever film you play in your head, that's what shows up on the big screen of your life. It's not just daydreaming, it's actually creating your reality. Imagine you're holding a paintbrush and your life is a blank canvas. Your imagination is the paint. Whatever picture you paint in your mind, that's what starts to appear in your world. It might sound too simple to be true, but this is the heart of Goddard's teachings. Now, you might be thinking, but I imagine good things all the time, and they don't happen. Here's the secret. It's not just about picturing what you want. It's about making that mental picture so real, so vivid, that it feels like it's already happening. When you do this, you're not just wishing, you're planting seeds in the garden of your life. Let's try a little experiment. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine biting into a juicy lemon. Really see it in your mind. Feel the texture of the peel, smell the citrusy scent. Now, take an imaginary bite. Did you feel your mouth water? That's the power of your imagination. Your body responded as if the lemon was real, even though it was all in your mind. This is exactly how manifestation works. When you imagine something vividly enough, your brain and body start to respond as if it's real. And when that happens, you start to think, feel, and act in ways that make that imagined reality more likely to come true. But here's where a lot of people get stuck. They try to imagine good things, but their old doubts and fears keep creeping in. It's like trying to watch a happy movie while someone keeps changing the channel to a scary one. The key is to gently but firmly keep bringing your focus back to the picture you want to see. Goddard taught that your imagination is actually a gift from the universe, a tool to shape your reality. When you use your imagination this way, you're not just fantasizing, you're actively co-creating with the universe. It's like having a direct line to the cosmic suggestion box. One powerful technique Goddard suggested is to create a mental scene that implies your desire has already been fulfilled. For example, if you want a promotion at work, don't just imagine getting the news. Imagine yourself months later, comfortable in your new role, feeling satisfied and successful. Really live it in your mind. The more details you can add to your mental scene, the more powerful it becomes. Use all your senses. What do you see? What sounds do you hear? What does it feel like emotionally to have achieved your desire? The more real you can make it in your mind, the more real it becomes in your life. Remember, your imagination doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. When you vividly imagine something, your subconscious mind takes it as an instruction to make it happen. It's like planting a seed in fertile soil. Give it time, nurture it, and it will grow. Now let's unlock another crucial secret to manifestation, the power of feeling. Goddard often said, "Feeling is the secret." But what did he mean by that? Well, it's not enough to just think about what you want. You need to feel it, deep in your bones, as if it's already yours. Think about it like this. Have you ever noticed how some memories are more vivid than others? Usually, it's the ones with strong emotions attached. Maybe it's the joy of a special celebration or the excitement of a big achievement. Those feelings make the memory stick. In the same way, when you attach strong, positive emotions to your imagined desires, you make them more real to your subconscious mind. Here's the thing. Your emotions are like a magnet. Whatever you feel strongly about, you tend to attract more of into your life. If you spend a lot of time feeling worried or frustrated, you'll likely encounter more situations that make you feel that way. But when you cultivate feelings of joy, gratitude, and excitement about your desires, you start to attract experiences that match those feelings. So how do you do this? Start by really immersing yourself in the feeling of having what you want. Let's say you're manifesting a dream home. Don't just picture the house in your mind. Feel the comfort of relaxing in your perfect living room. Experience the pride of inviting friends over. Bask in the sense of security and happiness that comes with having your ideal home. The key is to make these feelings as real and intense as possible. Your body doesn't know the difference between a real experience and a vividly imagined one. When you feel the joy and satisfaction of having your desire as if it's already happened, your body starts to respond. Your posture might change, your facial expressions shift, even your heart rate can adjust. And all of these physical changes send powerful signals to your subconscious mind. But here's where many people stumble. They try to force positive feelings when they're not in the right state of mind. Remember, this isn't about pretending or faking it. It's about genuinely cultivating the emotions that align with your desires. If you're not feeling it right away, that's okay. Start small. Find one aspect of your desire that brings you joy and focus on that. Goddard also emphasized the importance of feeling grateful for your desire as if you already have it. Gratitude is one of the most powerful emotions for manifestation. When you feel truly thankful for something, you're acknowledging its presence in your life. You're saying to the universe, yes, this is mine, and I'm so appreciative of it. Try this. Before you go to sleep at night, take a few moments to feel grateful for your desire as if it's already happened. Really let that feeling of gratitude wash over you. This not only helps to impress your desire on your subconscious mind, but also puts you in a positive state that can carry over into your dreams and the next day. Remember, your feelings are the language of your subconscious mind. While your conscious mind understands words and logic, your subconscious responds to emotions and images. When you combine vivid imagination with positive, aligned emotions, you're speaking directly to the part of your mind that can help make your desires a reality. Now let's explore one of Goddard's most powerful concepts, living from the end. This idea is like a secret shortcut to making your dreams come true. But what does it mean to live from the end? Simply put, it means living your life as if your desire has already been fulfilled. Imagine you're watching a movie. You know how it ends, but you're watching it from the beginning. That's kind of what living from the end is like. You're living your current life, but with the confident knowledge of where you're headed. Here's why this is so powerful. When you live as if you already have what you want, you naturally start to think, feel, and act like the person who has that thing. And when you do that, you start to attract the experiences and opportunities that match that reality. Let's say you want to become a successful entrepreneur. Instead of constantly worrying about how to get there, you start living as if you're already successful. How would a successful entrepreneur start their day? How would they handle challenges? How would they speak about their business? When you embody these qualities, you're not just pretending, you're actually becoming that person. This isn't about faking it or lying to yourself. It's about aligning your current self with your future self. It's like trying on a new outfit before you buy it. You're seeing how it fits, how it feels, and whether it's right for you. One powerful way to practice living from the end is to ask yourself throughout the day, how would I react to this situation if I had already achieved my desire? This simple question can shift your perspective and actions in profound ways. For example, if you're manifesting financial abundance and you're faced with an unexpected expense, instead of panicking, you might think, how would I handle this if I were already financially secure? You might find yourself feeling calmer, more resourceful, and open to solutions you wouldn't have seen before. Living from the end also helps you overcome doubts and fears. When you're constantly striving for something, it's easy to get caught up in worries about whether you'll make it. But when you live as if you've already achieved your goal, those fears lose their power. You're no longer operating from a place of lack or desperation, but from a place of confidence and abundance. This doesn't mean you ignore your current reality or avoid taking practical steps towards your goals. Instead, it's about bringing the energy and perspective of your desired future into your present actions. It's like having a compass that always points you in the right direction. One of the beautiful things about living from the end is that it often leads to inspired action. When you're aligned with your desire, you'll find yourself naturally drawn to take steps that support it. These actions won't feel like a chore or a struggle. They'll feel exciting and energizing because they're in harmony with your vision. Remember, the universe doesn't distinguish between what's real and what's vividly imagined. When you consistently live from the end, you're sending a powerful message to the universe about who you are and what you're ready to receive. You're tuning yourself to the frequency of your desire, making it much more likely to manifest in your physical reality. Practicing living from the end can also bring unexpected joys into your present life. As you embody the feelings of having achieved your desires, you might find that you're happier and more content right now. You're no longer putting off your happiness until some future date. You're allowing yourself to experience it in this moment. This approach to manifestation is not about denying your current reality or pretending that challenges don't exist. It's about choosing where to put your focus and energy. When you live from the end, you're choosing to align with the version of reality you want to experience, rather than getting stuck in the one you're trying to change. Now let's talk about two crucial elements that can make or break your manifestation journey: persistence and faith. These are like the sturdy legs of a table. Without them, everything else falls apart. First, let's tackle persistence. Manifesting isn't always a quick process. Sometimes the things we want take time to show up in our lives. This is where a lot of people give up. They try visualization for a week, don't see results, and decide it doesn't work. But that's like planting a seed and digging it up every day to see if it's grown. Goddard taught that persistence is key. You need to keep holding onto your vision even when it seems like nothing is happening. Think of it like watering a plant. You don't water it once and expect it to grow overnight. You water it consistently, trusting that growth is happening beneath the surface, even if you can't see it yet. This persistence isn't about forcing things to happen. It's about consistently aligning yourself with your desire. It's about returning to your mental image and the feeling of your wish fulfilled, even when outer circumstances seem to contradict it. It's like tuning a radio. You keep adjusting until you get a clear signal. Now, let's talk about faith. Faith in this context isn't about religious belief. It's about trusting in the process, trusting in your own power to create your reality. Goddard often spoke about the importance of unwavering faith in your desired outcome. This kind of faith can be challenging, especially when things aren't going as planned. But here's a powerful way to think about it. Faith is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Every time you choose to believe in your vision, despite apparent setbacks, you're strengthening your faith muscle. One way to build faith is to start with small manifestations. Maybe you visualize finding a perfect parking spot or receiving an unexpected compliment. As you see these smaller desires manifest, your faith in the process grows. You start to trust that if it works for small things, it can work for bigger things too. Remember, doubt is normal. Even the most experienced manifestors have moments of doubt. The key is not to let those doubts derail you. When doubts arise, gently acknowledge them, and then return your focus to your desired end result. It's like steering a ship. You keep adjusting your course to stay on track. Now that we've explored the key principles of Goddard's teachings, let's put them into practice with a simple yet powerful exercise. This exercise combines all the elements we've discussed: imagination, feeling, living from the end, and persistence. Choose something you want to manifest. It could be anything: a new job, a loving relationship, improved health, or a specific sum of money. Find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed, close your eyes, and take a few deep breaths to relax. Now, create a mental scene that implies your desire has been fulfilled. Make it short, clear, and easy to repeat. For example, if you're manifesting a new job, you might imagine shaking hands with your new boss, feeling excited about your first day. As you imagine this scene, engage all your senses. What do you see? What sounds do you hear? What does it feel like emotionally to have achieved your desire? The key is to make this scene feel as real as possible. Feel the joy, the satisfaction, the gratitude of having your desire fulfilled. Let these positive emotions fill your entire body. Stay with this scene for a few minutes, really living it in your imagination. Before you open your eyes, say to yourself, "It is done." Feel the relief and certainty that your desire is now a reality. Repeat this exercise every day, ideally before going to sleep at night and first thing in the morning. These are times when your subconscious mind is most receptive. Remember, the goal isn't to force anything to happen. It's about aligning yourself with the frequency of your desire. As you consistently practice this, you may start to notice subtle changes in your thoughts, feelings, and actions. You might find yourself naturally taking steps towards your goal or noticing opportunities you hadn't seen before. To really bring home the power of these techniques, let's look at some real-life examples of people who have used Goddard's methods to transform their lives. Take Sarah, for instance. She had always dreamed of starting her own business, but was stuck in a job she didn't love. After learning about Goddard's techniques, she started visualizing herself as a successful entrepreneur. She imagined the feeling of satisfaction as she worked on her own projects, the joy of helping clients, the freedom of setting her own schedule. At first, nothing seemed to change, but Sarah persisted. She kept living from the end, acting and feeling as if she was already running her dream business. Gradually, she noticed she was coming up with more innovative ideas at work. Her confidence grew. She started taking online courses in her free time, building skills she'd need for her business. Then, an opportunity arose. A colleague introduced her to someone looking for exactly the kind of service Sarah had been dreaming of offering. This connection led to her first client, and from there, her business grew. Looking back, Sarah realized that by aligning herself with her desire, she had opened herself up to opportunities she might have otherwise missed. Or consider Michael, who had struggled with his health for years. He decided to apply Goddard's techniques to manifest better health. Instead of focusing on his symptoms, he started imagining himself full of energy, enjoying physical activities, and feeling strong and vibrant. At first, it was challenging. His current reality seemed to contradict his vision. But Michael persisted. He kept returning to his mental image of perfect health, feeling the joy and gratitude of being healthy. Gradually, he noticed he was making better food choices without even trying. He felt inspired to start a gentle exercise routine. His energy levels began to improve. Over time, Michael's health transformed. His doctors were amazed at his progress. Michael knew that while the physical changes were important, it was the shift in his mental state that had really made the difference. These stories highlight an important point. Manifestation isn't about sitting back and waiting for things to magically appear. It's about aligning your inner world with your desires in a way that naturally leads to inspired action and openness to opportunities. As we wrap up this exploration of Neville Goddard's powerful manifestation techniques, remember that you're embarking on a journey of self-discovery and personal power. You've always had the ability to shape your reality. Now you have the tools to do it consciously and deliberately. Remember, manifestation isn't about forcing the world to bend to your will. It's about aligning yourself with the version of reality you want to experience. It's about tapping into the incredible power of your imagination and your emotions to create positive change in your life. As you begin to apply these principles, be patient with yourself. Like any skill, manifestation takes practice. There may be times when you doubt or when things don't seem to be working. That's okay. Return to the basics. Use your imagination. Feel the emotion of your desire fulfilled. Live from the end and persist with faith. Start small if you need to. Build your confidence with smaller manifestations before tackling bigger goals. And most importantly, Enjoy the process. The journey of manifestation is not just about getting what you want. It's about becoming the person who naturally attracts what you want. Remember, you are the author of your life story. With Goddard's techniques, you have the pen in your hand. What kind of story will you write? What kind of life will you manifest? Your power to create begins in this very moment. So close your eyes, imagine your deepest desire fulfilled, feel the joy and gratitude of having it, and step into the reality of your dreams. Your new life is waiting for you. It's time to claim it.